Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. And even though it's been just one more episode for you guys, it's been a long time for me. I've taken about... it was the beginning of May where I put out my last episode. Like not counting that, one-off announcement that I did about the upcoming patch. But the last episode, I think, I recorded on May 1st. And since then, the episodes have been just going up as scheduled because of my backlog, which I planned, right? I knew that I was going to be busy March and April, and then May I kind of just took some time for myself to do some non-video game or non-let's play kind of just playing for myself and other various recreational activities. But we are finally back. Excuse me, we're back, and I need to once again learn how to speak, how to commentate, because that's one thing that very quickly I fall out of the habit of, because even after all of these episodes, I don't feel like I'm a natural commentator. Like, my throat becomes dry very quickly, and it doesn't feel natural to me the way it seems like it feels natural to some other people. But anyway, this isn't about my various inadequacies and insecurities. This is about getting back to the game. Now, there's a few things we need to do. Like, there's obviously a whole lot of the game that we need to complete. We are 3/4 of the way through. That is an outrageously high completion percentage, but we're not going to rest until we hit that 100%. But there's going to be a lot of grinding, a lot of other things to do, cards to farm, creatures to get. There's going to be a patch in the not-so-distant future, in a few months from now, which is going to add more stuff, probably more bosses, more creatures to get, and all that good stuff. But before we get to that, I think we're going to turn this episode into a bit of a celebration. A celebration for some of the things that we accomplished in the run-up to episode 300. Notably, I guess we kind of already celebrated the fact that we ascended the pariah, right? That was the crowning jewel of the series so far, getting this particular achievement. And we sort of celebrated that by changing our character portrait, by putting this decoration on the ground, and that felt pretty good. One other thing that I want to celebrate is the fact that we have beaten, if we go to go to achievements, gods, we have beaten every... Well, it's gonna be under false gods, favored. Where are they? Gate of the gods. We have completed every single Gate of the Gods combat achievement for beating every single god all the way to level 50. And what we're gonna do is, I mentioned earlier that I wanted to build a bit of a sort of like a trophy cabinet situation thing, and I was gonna use the plushies that we earned. Let me go into decoration mode. The plushies. Now, they're plushies for all kinds of things. Plushies for creatures, plushies for other random things, like this adorable cat. Although its tail is moving, so I think this might be this might actually be a real cat pretending to be a toy, but you know what? We'll investigate it later. Ooh, even the god spawns have plushies. Elementals, right? So lots of different things have plushies. And it seems like a lot of the creatures have two versions, like there's Apocalypse and then there's this second version of the Apocalypse. But what I'm focused on right now is the god plushies, starting with 4080, going all the way to Zonte. And I want to build a trophy cabinet out of them. Now, there's one problem with this whole scheme, is the fact that if you, and this is a better way to do it because we can see the gods by themselves without any other things distracting us, is that if you count Caliban, there are 31 gods in total. And I spent literally months thinking of what is a good way, a visually pleasing way, especially to someone who gets as obsessive as I do about minor details. What is a visually good way to arrange 31 objects? And I am sorry, but I have to tell you that I could not find a single way to do that. There's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, it's an odd number of objects, and if we look at our castle layout, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is sort of the central square. So because this is fully symmetric and there's 8 blocks in the middle, we know that the castle as a whole is even and not odd in terms of tiles. So straight off the bat, there's no good way to display an odd number of things, but you can kind of, for example, if instead of 31 it was 33, we could kind of have, like, 3 rows of 11, and it would be slightly off, but it would be fine. But the problem is with 31 we can't even do that, because 31 has no other factors. In fact, as you probably already know, 31 is a prime number. There's no way to chop it up evenly. You'd have to have 10, one row of 10, another row of 10, and then one row of 11, and that would just be so much worse than if it was just 3 rows of 10, or 3 rows of 11 even, not counting the fact that the odd number of things would throw things off. So I thought, and then the only conclusion I was able to come to is, when we're building, it's not really going to be a trophy cabinet, but it's going to be kind of a trophy room area, so to speak. When we're building it, I've made the decision that we're going to leave Caliban out. Now I'm going to give him the consolation prize of, I'm going to put Caliban's plushie somewhere else. And I think I'll put, because you don't want to leave him out entirely, right? Because that'll be mean. I'll take Caliban's plushie and I'll put it in my actual room. I'm just gonna put it right below the this decoration that we unlocked for ascending the animator, I do believe. One other thing I want to do is, while we're on the subject of decorating, let's give the old bedroom void fluid. Could this look good? You know what? I think it could. Let's give our bedroom and like another carpet. Like, yeah, let's do it like this. There, I think that looks a little bit better. A bit of a contrast between this area and the outside. I don't think we need to give custom floors because these are more like functional areas. So yeah, we'll leave the rest of these. We'll only use like custom flooring if we want to highlight specific parts to give them a bit of extra pizzazz. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And we also placed the Caliban plushie down there, so he's gonna be happy, hopefully. And I think now we are just gonna start building out my what I'm calling the trophy cabinet. Now I've got a bit of a layout for how I want to make it. I've got it on my phone. And it's not going to be in like just rows because I think that would be a bit boring. It's going to be in a bit of a circle. And I could just skip to the end to when we've fully made it, but I think it would be satisfying to show you the process of making it, right? Because I think we've earned it. I'm gonna do it in alphabetical order, going clockwise. I'm gonna throw down 4080. Actually, hang on a second. You know what? Yeah, I'm second guessing myself. I think the way I've planned it is. Or can I do better? Now I'm second guessing myself again, which isn't great. You know what? Hang on a second. Let me remove this. Let me see. 'Cause what if I were to... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna throw down the 4080 plushie. Why am I changing this? It might not even look good at the end of all of this, but what I want to do is I want to throw down the 4080 plushie. I originally wanted to put it here. But I'm going to move it to up, and then I'm going to put Aeolian next to him. Is this even going to work? Or is this going to like block off? That's the other thing. It might... If it blocks off the walking path, then I won't do it. Then I'll do it some other way. So... Alexandria goes... where's Alexandria? How does the alphabet work? Think it's gonna end up blocking it off. Yeah, it's gonna end up blocking it off. I mean, listen, I could just walk around. That's a thing. I could put a portal if I want to make my way down. Let me just do it this way, and let's see if let me what why hang on. God, I know this is completely derailing the episode. You know what? I'm not gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it the old way, because the old way that you haven't even seen. Because even though it's gonna look like less of a perfect circle, it's gonna look fine, and it's gonna fit better. It's not gonna be weirdly squeezing out into this corridor. It'll look better that way, at the cost of being more of an oval than a circle, which I am willing to accept. Okay, so with all that indecision out of the way, let's go back. Let's go back and let's finally do this you know, the way it must be done. So we need Aeolian and Alexandria in a line. And then we need Aneltha and Apocrynox. Where's Aneltha? There's Aneltha. Diagonally. Where's Apocrynox? There he is. Actually, we need one more diagonal, and that's going to be Ariamaki. And then we need one down, that's going to be Aurum. Hang on, have I missed someone? 4080 Alien Alexandria? Aneltha Apocrynox? Ariamaki Aurum, alright. Where's Aurum? Aurum's gonna be down here. And next we're gonna have three in a row again, starting with Azural. We're skipping Caliban, we're gonna do Erebus and Phryden. I really hope I'm not messing this up. Oh wait, I think I have messed it up, actually. Yeah, oh yeah, I think I have messed it up. So, no worries, because we can just move things around. So this should actually be... Oh. Hang on, what? Yeah, this should actually be here. And then... these two should be in by one. And then we start going back in. Yeah, there we go. That's the mistake I was making. Now you see the shape coming into play. So after Phryden, we have Generos. And then we have gone Furion. And now we're gonna start closing the circle pretty much. Oop, oh no, where have I gone? So Generos, Gone Furion, Lister, Meraxis. Where's Meraxis is here. And next we have Mortem and Muse. Perdition and Reclusa. Reclusa is a little bit farther away. There we go. And then we'll start going back around with Regalis. And we'll continue going up with Shalan. And then we'll start going straight up with the Surathli, if I can find her. And let's see, who else is there? Tartaret, Tenebris. Tartaret, Tenebris, and Tamara Murgo. Alright. Tartaret, Tenebris, and Tamara Murgo, who's higher up in this list, but he's lower down in the Gate of the Gods list. So I'll do it the way the list looks in the Gate of the Gods. And then we have Tauren and Venedon are going to be up here. The Venedon plushie took us ages to get. What? This plushie took a long time to find. Actually was worried about it for a while, but then Venedon did eventually drop it. Then we have Vertrag, who's going to be diagonal, and then the last three, Valkanar, Isros, and Azante, are going to close the loop. And this leaves us just enough room to walk outside. Hang on, okay, I'm outside it right now. If I was inside when I started building this decoration thing, I would have trapped myself inside. But luckily we are outside, and yeah, it's a bit of a pain having to walk around, but there's nothing stopping us from, going around like this. You can even set up portals to basically fast travel around your own hub area, so I'm not too worried about that. One other thing that I'm going to do is, it's not enough just to have it laid out like this, even though, to me, this does look pretty cool. I want to jazz it up a little bit even more. So I'm going to go back into decoration mode. And I'm going to add, you know how I said I'll use custom flooring to make things look good. Ooh, I don't want to set the floor style. I'm going to add a floor tile. And you do that under decorations. Right. There's this color, I think, looks pretty solid. I'm gonna have this color be the color for this whole area. And I'm just gonna throw down as many of these as I can, you know, fit. Each individual tile basically counts as a separate object, so I'm not trying to be like super optimal, but trying not to be wasteful in terms of the number of tiles that I'm placing. Some of them are gonna have to be like single tiles like this. Now that looks kind of nice, wouldn't you agree? But there's still something missing, and I thought, okay, what am I gonna do with this? I want to put something in the center. And the only thing I could think of, and actually this is gonna work on multiple levels, is I'm gonna move this sun out from this place, and I'm gonna move it over here. And it's not fully centered because the thing that we've built has its height is an odd number, right? Because you can see the 3 in the middle, and then it's symmetric, which means it must be odd. But it is symmetric left to right, so we can put it something like, I don't know. Yeah, let's have it be towards the bottom slightly. And yeah, it's not fully centered, but it looks fine to me. You know what? Let's move it one up, and then maybe we can put something below it, just maybe there's like a rug that's gonna look kind of good, maybe. I don't know. Like, it looks fine by itself. It's harder to notice, like, up-down asymmetry than it is left-right asymmetry. So I think I'll just leave it like this. You know what we could do is I threw down the Caliban plushie in my room. How about we move him to the bottom? And yes, it's gonna ruin the symmetry a little bit, but I think it's fine because he is the odd one out, right? Like, he's the special god that isn't part of the initial list. He ascends to godhood through some separate status. So you know what, let's have him be in the center by himself. And there we go. We've built our trophy cabinet. It only took us how long? It only took us nearly half an hour of agonizing and backpedaling and fiddling around. But I've finally done it. We finally did it. We built this thing that's gonna make it a pain, you know, to walk around in our own castle. I guess one thing I could do is I could like squish it down a little bit and then have it be more like more of an oval, less of a circle. But I don't think that would look as good. So I think I might just accept the fact that it's gonna make it a pain to walk around. One final thing, while we're on the subject of custom floors, one thing we should do is we should move this so that this is more centered. And yeah, I think now even this looks a bit more balanced without that sun right next to it. I think let's add some custom floors to these guilds. Ooh, sorry. Let's add some custom floors to our guilds. We've already given them pillars. Let's have it feel more like, you know, they have their own spaces by giving them their own floors. So let's go ahead and add some custom floor tiles. Now, I took the liberty of going through the list already, figuring out which tiles I thought would look good. For instance, Zante's floor tile is gonna work pretty well for the Sorcery Guild. Then there's another, I think maybe Tartaret? Yeah, Tartaret's floor tile is gonna work pretty nicely for the Death Guild. And there's a Siralim, I think. Siralim's floor tile, I believe, is going to work pretty nicely for the Life Guild. Alright, already a bit of extra zest to this whole situation. And then the last ones were a couple hard to get. For the Nature Guild, I was like, let's just go for Apocrynox's floor tile. It's not as green as I would like, but it does have a bit of an earthy tone to it, like, you know, just like it's just a bunch of rocks. I think it does go pretty well with the Nature Guild, even if, you know, the colors aren't necessarily exactly the colors of the guild. I still think it looks pretty nice. So far we're using just god tiles, but none of the other god tiles looked particularly good for the Chaos Guild. And I looked through this whole list. Actually, no, let's go through this whole list, because maybe I missed something. But I did find another one. What's that? Fleshy. Ugh. Should we just go with that? You know what? Let's see. Does that? Honestly, let's go with that. It's for the Chaos Guild. It says it's fleshy, but to me it just looks like a very, like, chaotic pattern. Like, what the hell is going on with this floor? Yeah, so let's just do that. And then let me try something. Should we give the like, should we put extra floors under the altars, or should we just leave the altars the way they are? Should we put some of this flooring under the altar area? Maybe we should. Or is there, actually, hang on, is there a white marble floor tile? There should be, because I want to make that area stand out a little bit. Marble tile black is what we're using for our default floor. Let's use white marble for this area. So again, it's going to be a bit awkward to lay it out, but I lost track of it. Where was it? Marble floor tile white. Should we do that? Yeah, we gotta do it like this, I think. And then we just gotta put boop, boop. And should we move this like one Should we move it in by 1? Nah, let's just leave it there. Because it's like right on the edge. Should we, where's the marble floor tile white? Should we give it a bit of a... There we go. Should we then bring this down by 1? No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. The globe has a bit of space, and it gives this a bit of an interesting shape as well. So I'll leave it. I'll leave it like this. I will leave it like this. We've given custom floors to all of the. Let's exit decoration mode. Now let's actually walk around and see how it feels. We gave custom floors to all of our guilds. We can still walk to them and interact. These things are purely decorative, but I like how they look. And we built our trophy cabinet as well. And we even found an excuse to throw Caliban in there. And we still have a bit of space to the left, a bit of space to the right, in case the game gives us more bosses in the near future, more challenges. We can have a bit of a thing maybe in this corner, a bit of a thing in this corner. One thing that's a bit awkward is that you gotta walk around either from the top or from the bottom. Well, we'll see, we'll see. If it really becomes that big of an issue, we can always just... change the layout slightly to make it easier to navigate. One thing I will do though is, before we end off this episode, oh, and because we threw down so many decoration objects, that means it's going to take longer for the game to load. And that means that every time we re-roll the Goblet of Trials, it's going to take longer. So what I'm going to do is, I might pause... Actually, instead of pausing, let me keep rolling, and while I'm rolling, I'll talk about my plans for this, for the next few episodes. So, we've done the main thing that I wanted to do for this episode, which is we built out our trophy cabinet, basically. We threw down all the plushies for the different gods, and we even put a bit of extra decoration into the rest of our hub area. You know, we injected some extra oomph into the bottom area where we have all our guilds. We even gave some custom carpeting, basically, to the bedroom area at the top. Ooh, hey, animator already. And it looks really nice. To me, anyway. Yeah, you know what? It's when you walk away and when you walk back, and then it hits you all at once. And I immediately look at this, and it's like, yeah. This is the exact right color, the exact right shape. This is how it needs to be. Now, with all of that done, let's actually do something. Let's actually play the game. Ooh, hey. Extra traits. You know what? Extra traits and Resurrect on that. And Resurrect on Death. This is the garbage you give me. I've been away from the game for multiple months. You expect me to deal with this nonsense? How about no? How about no? Yeah, how about we have this instead? A much nicer collection of realm properties. Ooh, and before we go in, let me make sure we have all our spell gems. Everything seems fine. Everything seems fine. let's dive right in into a random realm, and let's see what mischief we can get up to. We're probably not going to be doing that many rounds because of everything else that we've been doing this episode. Where are they? Oh, we have we're using the Fire Devil's Rage because of a previous macro that I had set up. So let's actually fix up our macros. Let's just do Clayman and Rabbit Dementia. Yeah, Clayman and Rabbit Dementia. And this should work pretty nicely for us. Yeah, much better. Much better. Let's make our donation as well. Gotta slowly relearn how to play this game. Are the enemies silenced because of something that I did? Hang on, let me look at the battle history. Am I? Hang on. Hang on a second. I haven't played this game for a while, did I? Ah, Supersonic. At the start of battle, enemies are afflicted with silence for 1 turn. Oh yeah, I brought this in to stop enemies from doing start of battle spellcasting, because a lot of really annoying enemy synergies depend on them specifically casting spells at the start of battle. So even though it's only a 1-turn silence, it's probably the most important turn to have enemies be silenced. So, like, I've been away from the game so long that I don't even remember when I made that change, but I am thankful to my past self for having done such a wise thing. Don't want to pat myself on the back too much, but this is actually a pretty handy thing that a lot of you should consider in your own builds. Just silencing enemies at the start of combat. It'll make your life much easier. And while we're on the subject of hey, this is what I love. We even found a card. Let's go. That makes this celebratory episode even sweeter. We have another Siren card. Another partial bonus. Enemies with sleeping now have a chance to not wake up when they take attack damage. But I guess it doesn't apply to spell damage? Well, I mean, we don't really use sleeping that much. But if enemies are asleep for whatever other reason, then it's gonna be a bad time for them. Enemies are frozen, sure. Don't really need it, but I'll take it. What I was gonna say was, before I was distracted by that wonderful little card drop that we got, is the next episode that I want to do. I think it's finally time to do an animator end game build guide video. Like I keep feeling, maybe it's imposter syndrome, whatever. I keep feeling like, oh, am I good enough at this game? Is this build good enough for me to do something as pretentious as, oh, telling people, oh, you should use this build, and acting like I have useful advice to give? But I think it's time to just do it, because this build has worked for me. It's working really well, and it could work well for other people, but there are so many different parts to it that it's hard for me to explain without going into a, temple, right? Without going into like a, 30-page dissertation about what the different things are that make this build work, because it is so different from the build I had when I started. Piece of garbage. Nether stone? Whatever, it's fine. That's cool. I'm not gonna say no. You know what? Let's Oh, yep. Obviously, the animator does not have a card. What were we even farming? Arachnolisk? Are we on page 4? Surely not. Surely there are... Or maybe we have already... Let me go to my... Apis. There's one Apis card left for us to find. Alright. So where are the... Right, the Apis Charger. Get a few of these on the field as we explore the rest of this zone. We've got to take down the Master as well. We've already found one card, which is one more than I was expecting to find this episode. You know what? It might be a good idea to not summon enemies at the candle so much. Although, actually, hang on. There are achievements as well for fighting candle enemies. So, at least for however long we have that achievement still outstanding, what's the harm in getting a few candle kills and chances to find a card, Nephilim Master. Nephilims symbolize balance in all things. That's a phrase I remember from D&D. Was that Druids, I think, have that? Dakon from Planescape Torment would always say this. This was one of his catchphrases. Balance in all things. I'm pretty sure it was Dakon. Yeah, it was the guy with the swords, I think. The Gitzerai? He was I think that was his race. Anyway, I'm talking about a completely different game that a lot of you might not even have played, but if you haven't, do yourself one of the best favors that you'll ever do in your entire life. Play Planescape Torment. You will not regret it. Anyway, what I was gonna say, well, I was gonna read the rest of his this dialogue. Practicing moderation is the key to success. Allow me to demonstrate. And what I was gonna say was another big source of the remaining achievements we haven't gotten yet are these masters, because you've got to beat all of them 10 times each. They've got 10 achievements each for each of the first 10 times to beat them, and this one is gonna be this one's gonna be annoying because of the shield bearer. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out by doing a bit of this action. And what is their trait? 2 random buffs. I don't mind their buffs that much. And I don't mind that they're resistant to debuffs. Because they were going to be resistant to debuffs anyway, I'm pretty sure, by virtue of the fact that this is a like a quasi boss battle. Let's do a bit of this action. A bit of that. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see. And let's do a bit of this action. This is annoying, but you know what? It's fine. Let's do a bit of let's just do a bit more of this. Just be on the safe side. We're not out of these. Let's do more of this. And now let's do a targeted attack on this Joker. There we go. There we go. That is our 7th victory. That's going to give us an achievement shortly. Wait for it to pop up. Is it not going to... So, like, achievements in this game often have a bit of a delay. There we go. Master of Nephilim's 7. Got a whole bunch of these guys. I won't kill every single one of them, but I will kill however many we come across as we here we fucking go, yeah! Oh man, it feels so good to be back to this game. Can you imagine? For like 2.5 months, I've been away from this. For 2.5 months, I have denied myself the just intense, sublime pleasure of finding cards. Oh, what a treat. Oh my god. Now, what does this do? Creatures with Protected have a chance to avoid damage, alright? Protected is a buff that at least the important creatures in our party, the Animatus, like the one important creature in our party, will frequently have, just because he's just good at giving buffs to himself. God, what a great game, what a great episode. Just feels so good. So good to be back. And of course, the rest of these guys don't have any more cards to give us. They could potentially have skins to give us, which when we're done finding cards, we're still gonna have lots of skins to find. So but that's gonna be a whole other long-term grind. But for now, let's just rejoice over the fact that we found the card. And I think we've basically finished off essentially a whole other row. Let's go to our bestiary. Sorting by race. Yeah, we've finished a whole other row in the bestiary in terms of the cards that we found. We've got a lot of cards to find in this page. Some apocalypse cards. We'll work on those. Don't even worry about it. We'll get all of these cards in due time. Let's try and dodge these creatures if we can, because I want to avoid unnecessary combat. Are there any parts of the map we haven't been to? There could be a chest there. And that's about it. I think we'll do one more realm, and then we'll call it good. Because we'll be past the 1 hour mark at that point, I think. Yeah, we're almost at the 1 hour mark now. But you can never have... It's like... I think, was that... Like some potato chip company had a slogan like, you can't have just one. This game is very much like that. I can't do just one realm. Come on. Be reasonable. Alright. No bosses means we can deal with this just fine. 378, that's fine because we can deal with it using Fire Devil's Rage. Yeah, let's go to another random realm if that's going to be the case. It is going to take a bit longer to load. I think just because like the fact, it's like somehow the number of decorations you have in your hub area seems to affect all your loading times. Must be a side effect from the way, you know, the structure of this game. Oh, you know what? Yeah, but you know what? Loading times, it's not even isn't even a thing. You know what? Let's assign some macros, the old FDR macro, to our top 2 creatures. I don't think these guys are going to be... Yeah. These guys are not going to be a problem. Let's get some Nemesis creatures on the field as well. We got some treasure out of that guy. Alright. I thought that was going to be the master, but no, that's just a civilian giving us some treasure. Unfortunately, this champion creature is going to be immune to the debuff, so he is going to resurrect like a doofus. But we took him out. The good thing about Fire Devil's Rage is that coupled with burn their corpses. I guess we into yeah. Okay, this is how you can see. You can't change it while you're in the realm, but you can still see what the different anointments do. Coupled with this, nobody can be resurrected if they get killed while they're burning. And this includes not just like, you know, realm properties when everybody's resurrecting, but also individual traits when like phoenixes or those fey creatures. Those ones are really annoying. It makes the game so much less of a grind. This one anointment. Right. Some apocalypses here. The next creature whose card we're the next race of creatures whose cards we're hunting is in fact the apocalypses. So you know, it is good that we've got some of them in the realm objects in this place. Yeah. All right. All right. Still looking for the master, still looking for the candle. Still looking for a bunch of things, actually. Right. Aurum rules over the Temple of Lies. We've got all these game tickets as well, which I am just hoarding and stockpiling. Have I donated? Yes, I have. Just hoarding and stockpiling and not really using. Probably should use them, but... Okay, I don't know what happened there. They started at the top of the timeline and then they killed themselves, which triggered their own resurrections. But I don't know. I don't know why they did that. That's just, you know, that's just the choice that they made. We just have to respect it. There we go. Alright. Let's take down some of these dudes. Alright. What is the next creature that we gotta take down? The Koroks and the Zaroks. Apocalypses. Right, let's get a bunch of these guys on the field. And let's see if anything good comes out of it. We got some treasure for completing the realm quest. That's nice. Where is everybody? There you are. There you are. What are you? The Cerberus Master. Cerberuses? Cerberi? Yeah, it's a good question. How do you pluralize it? You wouldn't have had to pluralize it because Cerberus was, I'm pretty sure, the name of one particular three-headed dog and not like a race of three-headed dogs. So, like, you wouldn't have had to have come up with a word for more than one of them because, you know, there was only one of them. It's like Abraham Lincoln. Like, how would you pluralize it? You wouldn't really even need to because there's only one of them, right? Like, you just say Lincolns, I guess, but like you wouldn't even need to think about that because there's only one of them, which is the point I was trying to make, which I, you know, made in a very roundabout kind of way, but yeah. However you pluralize it, there is a race of these guys in this game, so let's see what the Cerberus Master has to say. Anyway, my creatures may not be able to cast spells through traditional means, but that doesn't mean they can't make use of their spell gems for other purposes. Allow me to demonstrate. They're gonna have a resisted silence. It's not gonna help them that much, the fact that they resisted the silence, because they died in one turn regardless. Where are all the creatures we summoned? Where are they? I wanna kill these dudes. Because this is the last realm we're doing, I am gonna go around killing all of them. And then we're gonna call it good. You know, giving them... Ooh, and there's a few other things to... Okay, you know what I'll do is I'll quickly pop back in. I'll summon one more group of these guys. And I'll kill you. And then I'll go around, I'll kill everybody, and we'll have a wonderful time. We're at 1 hour and 4 minutes. So we're past the 1 hour mark, but you know what? It's fine. It's my comeback episode, so don't mind if it goes a little bit long. It won't even go that long, because about 1 hour and 15 minutes, I think, is an acceptable length. Sort of like when you hit the 1 hour mark, that's when you know you're in wind down mode, even if you're not necessarily ending the episode straight away. So we're in the... you can think of it as the outro to the episode, like an extended coda. Just running around and killing the things you've summoned, in what you know is going to be the last realm. You know, you ease out of the episode as opposed to just ending it abruptly. Alright. Let's keep going. Bunch of these dudes to kill. Bunch of well, a few areas left to explore. Possibly some chests. There's one chest. Alright. Some Sanctuses. Don't know if we've farmed all of their cards. Maybe we have. Maybe we haven't. Ah, these fucking bards. Oh, they're dying because of the bomb debuff. Right, okay. And because they're resurrecting, they're slowing everything down. Ugh. Disgusting. Well, at least they're dead now. Got 6 more enemies to kill. And then it's gonna be that's gonna be it. All right. Let's go through it. And 3 more enemies. I could summon more, but I think we're just gonna call it good for this episode. We've done enough. We made some major renovations to our home base, our hub area, and we found 2 cards. One of them in a random drop, and one from farming, which gave us the final Apis card. That was a huge moment as well. And we did not get any more cards, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Am I just gonna end it? You know what I'll do is, I'll summon 1 more group of 20, and then I'll kill them off screen. Just because I'm feeling a little bit lucky. Maybe it's just the euphoria of being back in the game, but I just want to be in it a little bit longer. So please indulge me while I go off screen a little bit and kill some more dudes. Alright, I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, this is the last group. Have not found any card so far, but you know what, that's okay. These guys are going to be our final chance to find a card. Are they going to give it? No, they won't, and that is the final enemy, and we are done. So let's head back to the castle and let us reflect on what we accomplished so far this episode. So, what did we do? Well, the main thing we did is we made it a lot harder to walk around in our castle by throwing this down in the middle, right here. This being sort of a commemoration of the fact that we've beaten every single god at the Gate of the Gods all the way to level 50. We haven't ascended every specialization. That's gonna come later, but that's gonna be more of a grind because we already have a working formula that's gonna help us beat all of the gods with any specialization by using a combination of the Universal Gate of the Gods party, from the Steam guide, and our Fermented Hops party. So that's gonna happen in the long term. The main thing is we've beaten all the gods at level 50, and we've ascended the Pariah and the Deprived. So those are the main achievements. that you are gonna be looking for when you are, you know, fighting the gods. Like the difficult achievements related to fighting these gods, and we've gotten all of them. And this basically is our way of commemorating that. And I think it looks pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And we also made some minor tweaks to this area. We gave all of these guilds their own custom floor, and we threw some white marble in the center as an added flourish. Oh, and we also gave some custom flooring to our bedroom area, which I think makes it look very nice indeed. And then we did a couple realms, and in the course of doing those realms, actually both happened in a single realm, we found 2 cards that takes us to 575 out of 1052. And we fully completed the Apis card set. It gives us a nice bonus. And now we've moved on to the Apocalypse card set. Ooh, that's gonna be a fun level 3, like a fun full set bonus. Enemies with Scorn have a 5% chance for spells to fizzle. Like, it's luck based, but every once in a while, like if a really annoying enemy spell just fizzles because we had them scorned, it's just it's an unambiguously good thing. And then, you know, we'll do the Arachnolist one. We should probably maybe prioritize this because we do use Snare a lot. But you know what? We'll just go in order because there's only a couple cards, and then we'll just keep going. Yeah, that's all stuff that we're gonna be doing in the upcoming episodes. Ooh, but in the next episode specifically, I want to make that a. I think it's time to do it. I think next episode we will do the Animator endgame build guide, and all those people who've maybe are new to the series and they've skipped to the end episode, like the later episodes, and you see me going through these different realms, doing all these complicated things, and I'm generally like killing monsters pretty easily, but you're not sure what it is that's allowing me to do that. Hopefully next episode is gonna help shed some light on that, but I'm gonna have to spend some time thinking about how exactly I'm going to describe it, because, you know, there's a lot that goes into making this build work, and yeah, that's gonna be my next little project. But yeah, next episode we'll do the build guide. We'll spend maybe like 20 minutes describing the build, and then the rest of the episode will just be playing normally, and then playing normally will sort of be the demonstration that this build actually works, right? So that's it's not going to be just, you know, a bunch of talking and nothing else. There's going to be some action as well. Yeah, that's going to be the plan for next episode, but for now, it is time for us to draw this very satisfying, very successful episode to a close. You know, the main thing that I wanted to do. Did a couple of realms, got a couple cards as well. Nothing to complain about. Yeah, a lovely note to end on. And on that note, it's time for me to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you'll join me in the next episode as well. And until then, take care.